Hello, welcome back to another Tabletop Talk. I have a grand opening unboxing here, as you can see from the box. We can tell what it is, so I thought this one was a little interesting, so I thought I would share it. I imagine many of you might know what this is already, but we'll open it up and talk about it just a little bit. Had my knife ready to go this time. Okay. So, see what we got here. So we got our sticker. The second one I got, to be completely honest, I would have preferred it if it didn't have the Etude and just was Stratomatic. I would have liked that sticker much better with the Stratomatic logo on it, but better than a sharp stick in the eye. So we got the rubber bands, which I never use. So we have the 1997 Stratomatic baseball season. So I thought this is a bonus drop. So first off, I didn't think that they would be doing any more of these, or at least I was wondering. During the pandemic and the year after, they were doing a lot of these where they were doing reprints and things like that. And so it had been a while since they had done one. I think maybe 61 or 9 was the last one they'd done, and it was a while ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, and maybe it's not as long as I think it is. Maybe it just feels long, but I'm pretty sure that it was a while ago when they did the last one. So they just announced a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago that they were going to do some more of these, and so that was cool. Again, I did a video about collecting Strat baseball cards in 2023, and it goes into a lot about my thinking and what I feel about trying to collect these seasons. So first off, it was really cool that they've decided to do this again. The second thing is that the season they chose. So the last few have been seasons that they have just recreated recently, like 61. They came out with 69, which is sold out again. Seasons like that. And so I was expecting something like that. I know they have just recently done 1980 and 1982. And so I was expecting one of those seasons or a season like that. So with them choosing 1997, which isn't a recreated set, it's actually the one they, came out with in 1998. I was a little surprised, pleasantly surprised, that they went with an option like that. Now, I do know they have 1998, and that's been available since I've kind of got back into the hobby again, especially Strat. So I don't know if that was a situation like this, but if it is, it's the only one that I'm aware of where they have actually gone back and reprinted a season that they haven't done recently. So this kind of opens up a lot of possibilities. Obviously, I didn't have 1997, so this gives me 57 Strat seasons that I have. Again, I'm probably going to stop at 2019. And even a lot of those seasons, I don't know that I'll ever get to them, but I think I would like to collect everything up to 2019 that they have available. So 97 is one that I did not have. And so another cool thing about this is that when they reprint these, they're on the gray stock, as opposed to the blue, which I like a lot better. So, if I had spent the money to pick this up on the secondary market, I much prefer the gray. So, that's another cool thing about it being reprinted, so that I can get it on the printing style that I prefer the most. So again, it'll be interesting to see. They talk like this was going to be kind of an ongoing thing this year. So again, with them doing 97 as opposed to one they had just recently recreated, it kind of opens up the possibilities of maybe some pretty exciting reissues, some reprints. Obviously, for me, 75 and 78 would be great. Those were redone as super advanced back in the 90s, as this set was from the 90s. So that would be really, really cool. I would love that very much. And then, or maybe something from the early 2000s. So again, with them not doing reprinting one that they had just recently did, this kind of opens up some exciting possibilities. So again, added season number 57 to my Strat collection, and wanted to show that off, sharing the thoughts with it. Again, if you have a chance, check out that video if you haven't already. It goes into some pretty good detail about my Strat collecting. Obviously, with 57 seasons, it's something that I am really into, and was glad to get this one. One thing I don't know is if it said it came with 27 players per team, and then some mixed players. So I don't know if the original 97 has more players carded. Anybody who knows that, feel free to chime in on the chat. Maybe that is one way, because Strat is always seems to care about the collectability of these sets, and when they reprint these, obviously that affects the market value of the original. I guess there is a market for people who want the original, and so the fact that they're different color, and maybe the fact that they didn't include as many players, maybe that's one way they can kind of keep their commitment to the collectability of these cards when they reprint a set like this. I don't know, but I for one really like the extra players. So 27, and then I think it said 27 mixed players or something like that. That'll give you a pretty good amount, but I can't help but believe that the original set with the extra players probably had more players carded, and so I don't know. I guess that if that is the case, that would be the one drawback to this being reprinted, is that you don't get as many players carded. But I know typically when they remake a season, like when they make it super advanced from an advanced or advanced, they typically card more. I know, like for example, the 80 and the 82, I believe, have more cards, than the original set did. But I could be mistaken about that. So anyway, that would be the one negative if there's not as many players carded, because I like, as many of you know, that's one of the knocks on Strat is that they don't card enough players, and they don't. There's no way to get those extra players like some of the other baseball sims. Either they're all carded, or they make a free PDF available that if you want those players, you can print them off yourself. Strat doesn't have an option like that either way, so that's one knock on Strat. Again, with me playing the computer, with my cards, I can get by with that. It bugs me. I would like to have, if they're carded in the game on the computer, I like them to be carded, in front of me, but can't have everything. So anyway, feel free to share any thoughts you have about this. Again, excited that they are doing some more reprints, and this one in particular, at least in my mind, opens up some possibilities that I didn't think that they were going down. So we might see some very cool reissues, reprints rather, in the future. So it's fun to speculate. So anyway, I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you next time.